to Braden Robertson, and watch this run. He's fast, he's strong, and he's slippery. Oh my goodness, how about that? They're in the red zone. Now, unfortunately, he would have to leave the game with an injury on the next play. He was in a lot of pain. We hope it's not too serious. That's Whitlock there to mark Travian White on the corner fade. James Maxey picks it off to deny the Knights. Third matchup of the night, Painesville versus Minden. Hudson Brown looking to throw. Thought about running it, decides to launch it deep, but Isaiah Washington is there for the INT. And how about this return on the other side? Not bad. He's going to get his team into the red zone, but look, again, this is scrimmage jamboree stuff right here. They want to clean a lot of this stuff up. This is a mishandled handoff, and Jalen McKinney falls on it for the Tide to end the threat. But the Tide turns again when Kalen Aubrey is going to have the ball knocked loose there, and Logan Childress is going to come away with it. So Painesville trying to capitalize off that turnover, but what do you know? It's another turnover. Washington on the run. He's launching this one, looking end zone, but it's picked off. Jamal Carey coming away with that one. Another group of teams I cannot wait to see on the field for real this season. So we'll have more action from week 1 in the state of Texas when we come back on the Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever Scores and Highlights Show. Tell Madeline to go her crunch of the night, her play. Can you relay that? And I'm going to do, okay, number 5 is going to be that Bozier play. No, number 3 Bozier. Number 3 Bozier. The fumble. Yeah, the one where he caught the fumble in the air. That's 3. Not yet. Hey, tell her to slow down the crunch of the night too, like replay it in slow-mo. Just the hit. Yes. I don't know where Daniel, well, has he sent anything?
Here we go.
District play was brutal for Sabine last year, going just 1-4 in league play after a strong start to 2023. And we resume our Week 1 Texas coverage with the Cardinals hitting the road tonight, taking on Spring Hill. Gotta love the inflatables every time in Texas, I'm trying to tell you. Third play from scrimmage, Colt Sparks, another great quarterback name. He's gonna fake to his left, cut back to his right, find a huge hole. It's going to spark the offense there. 65 yards on the touchdown for the Cardinals. They decide to go for 2 because, hey, why not? It's week 1. Chris Williams, direct snap, plowing his way through the middle for the 2-point conversion. So Sabine with a lead. The Panthers answer back. Travis Allen with a little run of his own. How about the quarterback showing out tonight? Big time gainer there. 35 yards to be exact. Later in the drive, Allen, this time he's like, look, I'm tired, I'm handing it off. And this is Trevor Allen, and Allen with just a little mini hurdle there for the score. Touchdown there, 8-7, Sabine still on top. Still in the first, following a Cardinal fumble, the Panthers on the move again. That's Coleman Stout for a touchdown there, a little celebration. That made it 14-7, but Sabine would come back and they would win a nail-biter. It was 50-48. Sabine gets the victory. Well, one of my favorite mascots around, the White Oak Roughnecks. Packed house tonight to see them take on Eustis. Already up 15-6 is White Oak. Jackson Ludlow takes the snap, sends it to Logan Ladwig, and he's got it in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Roughnecks. Then Eustis with the ball, and, well, the Roughneck defense all over that. There you go. Moving on, Ludlow back with it, and this time a QB keeper for him, a little option, and, well, I'd say he made the right choice. Look at him go here. Nifty running there. He's taken down around the 25-yard line. Ludlow back at it this time. A pass to Tyson McLean. He's zigzagging, breaking ankles, doing all that fun stuff. And he's in the end zone to make it 29-6. But hey, Eustis said we're not done just yet. They're going to hand it off to the big fella, Aiden Maltos. And look at him go. Come on. Tough running there. Some speed on the big guy. First down. So they switch sides as the quarter changes. Goal line now. It's Maltos pushing his way in the pay dirt. A touchdown there. But White Oak, they pull away in this one, 50-13. All right, another Texas game to show you tonight. It's Redwater on the road at Brook Hill. This was the game that we mistakenly showed you earlier, but hey, we make good on our promises. We're back with it. Redwater with the ball. Gavin Carroll's going to step back, looking for Marquez Jones, and he's got him over the shoulder. That puts the Dragons up early in the first. They would not get a two-point conversion, so it's just 6-0. Still in the first, the guard looking to strike back here. Brook Hill quarterback Samuel Williams. He's going deep to find Tyler Vining, and he finds him before the camera does. That closes the gap there, but they would settle for the extra point and take a lead. Brook Hill up 7-6. Now check this play out. Redwater with it again. Marquez Jones at it again. He's going to get the handoff. Going to the right side. Nice move there. How about it? Come on, Jones. Reverses to the complete other side of the field and right into your living room there. How about that? Touchdown. Dragons go back on top. The two-point conversion fails again, so 12-7. Brook Hill would end up winning this thing 31-28. We still have the conclusion of our game of the week to go, so keep it right here. You're watching The Fever on KPXJ. Another year of Southern Classic Chicken Friday football fever means another season of the Griffins Player of the Week. And anyone that has watched our show through the last few years knows we can't have our Players of the Week or Players of the Year without the McNaughton chapter of the National Football Foundation. And joining me now to talk about all of that stuff with the NFF is Doug Ireland as we kick off our annual interview here for the season. Doug, thanks for joining us for another season, man.
Absolutely a pleasure, and we love this platform to celebrate outstanding senior student athletes around the Arklatex.
And that's exactly what we do. And for those unfamiliar with the players we spotlight in this segment, explain to us what exactly makes a scholar athlete.
It's a senior, for our purposes, it's a senior football player who has been all district, who has at least a 3.2 cumulative grade point average, and does some service activity. In other words, it's a well-rounded student who happens to be a very good football player. And it's amazing how many there are around the area at each and every school. These young men are role models for their peers and for those who are younger to look up to say, I want to be like Johnny, or I want to be like Jacques.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to celebrate, are those young people who are doing the right things.
100%. And I mean, I was at Green Oaks just a couple of days ago talking with them to get ready for the season, and they brought up Delarius Marshall, our Player of the Year last year, and how much that meant to all the other players still on the roster to see him have that success, see him earn that scholarship, and of course want to try to be the next Player of the Year. We're going to show our list right now. You guys have a Scholar Athlete watch list up. We're going to roll through these names as we keep talking because there's already a lot of them, and there can be more added to the list. So any coaches watching right now, Doug, how do they get their guys on this list?
Well, basically, it'll be reaching out to me. I will be reaching out to them through email and text. We already have with some of the coaches, and that's how we've begun to build this list. It's a preseason and season watch list. And last year, we had nearly 40 student athletes on it. We anticipate having even more this year. Any total of 3 from any one school can be nominated, and it's a very simple process. We don't need transcripts or anything at this point. That's for the scholarships that we give away in the spring. This is just basically honoring those outstanding senior football playing scholar athletes in our area.
And we saw that list of a lot of names that we do know, guys that make plays, on our show, make top plays every week. But sometimes, we're talking about linemen, kids that maybe aren't as flashy in the screen in our highlights. Well, what does it mean to the kids and these families to be part of this list and to be in line for scholarships?
It's recognition. You take the lineman as a great case in point, because those guys are taken for granted by most of us in the stands on Friday nights. We see the long touchdown run, and you're excited for the running back. Well, you don't know that offensive guard who made that block. Well, all of these kids are that offensive guard who made that block, in that they are setting the tone for their teammates, for their classmates, for the people in their school to excel in the classroom, to excel competitively, and to also be a leader in community service. And so that's what we're doing. We're celebrating those people and really setting them up as examples and role models to their peers, and giving them some acclaim for what they mean to their schools and their communities.
And of course, this is all on our end thanks to a man that has brought so many people together, had a hand in bringing us together in a lot of ways, Bob Griffin. It seems like every year we do this, to me personally, it means a little more to have Bob's name attached to this. And I know players are still excited to get that Griffin's game ball. How important is it for folks around the Arklatex to remember Bob, and how special is it to be able to do something like this that does honor him?
We're proud that Bob was a member of the McNaughton National Football Foundation Board of Directors for years, and he was committed to doing the same things that we're doing now, celebrating this kind of excellence. And you can't think of sports in the Arklatex in the last half century and not have Bob come to mind very, very quickly. And as he got further and further into his career and his life, he gained even more appreciation for those kind of young people, those ones who are doing it well in every aspect. And so it's a perfect fit to commemorate and celebrate Bob's memory with perpetuating this kind of recognition with the Griffins Player of the Week.
Yeah, it is perfect, and we certainly miss Bob every day. Doug, we're going to do 14 Griffins Players of the Week. It culminates with our Griffins Player of the Year. We hop on board with you guys at the National Football Foundation to provide a scholarship for that player. Dougie Fresh, you're the man. I'm looking forward to another exciting year with you.
Alex, I always enjoy it. At this stage of my life, I'm Dougie, not so fresh.
Well, I'll let you say that. I don't see it that way. Doug Ireland, thanks again.
My pleasure, Alex. Thank y'all.
Well, you know, if you've ever taken a bite of Southern Classic chicken, come on, I know you all have, you know about that magical crunch. Well, this is a football show, and on the gridiron, crunch takes on a whole new meaning. This year, we're looking for the biggest hit of the night, the Southern Classic Chicken Crunch of the night. And it comes from the Bossier Jamboree. Airlines Ben Taylor off and running, but here comes a freight train named Antonio Gladney. Lowers the boom. Clean hit there, shoulder to shoulder. Obviously, airline doesn't like to see their quarterback get hit like that, but thankfully he was okay, and Antonio Gladney brings home the first Southern Classic Chicken Crunch of the night for the Parkway Panthers. Let's see it roll one more time in slow motion. Oh yeah, that's a crunch. All right, we're going to take another break right now, but when we come back, we are going to finish off our game of the week. Stay with us. Okay, so does Daniel live? Hey, jump to break 7, Brandon. We are technically in break 7. Perfect. Thank you. So is Daniel just a straight live, no SOT, correct?
Tell Alex I'm sending the SOT. Tell Alex I'm sending the SOT.
Okay. All right. Can y'all super that SOT for me?
Sending. It is Clint Fuller. Clint Fuller.
Kilgore head coach? I'm assuming?
Yes. Yes, Clint Fuller, SOT. If y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Thank you, Dan. I know you're working hard, man. I appreciate you. Hey, Daniel, keep it like a minute 15 for the live. Like a minute 30, actually.
Okay.
You're the man, Daniel Brown.
Man, I'm sweating.
I know, buddy. I appreciate you. It's always week 1, buddy. It's always week 1.
Man.
So how you feeling, Greg?
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Pioneer Comfort Systems.
Well, when your only loss in the season is in the playoffs, it's got to be a tough pill to swallow. It's something Carthage has been dealing with all off-season. Tonight, a chance to get back on the field and begin that quest for what they hope is state title number 10. Taking on Kilgore, a low-scoring game when we left it in the first half. Third quarter now, Kason Brooks to Javon Towns. He battles his way in. Kilgore retakes the lead now, 14-7. We go to the fourth. KJ Edwards, the Carthage star, doing all he can to keep his team in this game. One cut there, straight up the middle. He's gone. That made it 15-14. Carthage a 1-point lead again. But Javon Towns is going to have an answer on the ensuing kickoff. Look at this return from Towns. Makes another man miss. He's across the 50 past the 30 when he's finally brought down. So then Kilgore needs a score to take the lead and win this game of the week, and they get it from Isaiah Waters. He is in with the short yardage carry. 25-15. Kilgore avenges last year's loss, and they get it done in the game of the week. So we go down to Daniel Brown, who is live in Carthage for us. And Daniel, a long night, but a heck of a game to start us off.
Yeah, Alex, just a quick correction, 20-15 the final score, Kilgore beating the Bulldogs from Carthage. Typing fast, as you may see, I'm sweating profusely because this game just wrapped up, a lot to get in, but a lot to cover with the Kilgore team that beat Carthage for the first time since 2016, which was also the last time Carthage lost a regular season game. It was a monumental achievement for this Kilgore Bulldogs football team, but talking with head coach Clint Fuller at the end of the game, he says there's more to be done with the full team effort that they displayed.
It was great. We knew we had a bunch of guys back. We needed to rely on that experience defensively early in the year to get our offense a little bit inexperienced, get them some experience that they need in big games like tonight. And so I was super proud of the way just our whole team fought. It wasn't a defensive performance. It was a team performance. Offense, defense, special teams.
So yeah, once again, 20-15 the final score. Kilgore beating Carthage. A great day for this Kilgore team, but condolences to this Carthage team. Fought hard. Jet Surratt playing on a bum ankle. 4 interceptions in this game. That injury had to play a part in the way this game turned out, but Kilgore taking advantage, Alex, and getting a big win on opening night.
Yeah, of course, and certainly not the last we'll hear from this Carthage team. It's just week 1. They've got a lot of football left to play. A disappointing start to the year, and yeah, I'll correct myself as well. 20-15, Kilgore gets the win in the game of the week. Daniel, you're the man.
It's the first show.
Well, exactly. I've been saying that all night. We'll see you back here at the station. Get back safe, man. All right, so let's go to Marshall now for the Mavericks. They made a late push for the playoffs last season, but came up just short. The Mavs think this year could be their year, so let's see how it started. Well, it started wet. A lot of rain as they were hosting Tyler. This was a kickoff here. No one can get the ball. The Lions eventually pounce on it in the end zone, and that puts them up early. Look, that rain is just really coming down there. Then Marshall, well, they'd get the ball back on offense. They'd give it to Shamaz Gatson, and he would find pay dirt. Do we have a final for this one? We do not, so we're going to check on that for you as well. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. We're going to turn it up a notch when we come back. The best from week 1 of the Fever, the State Farm Top 5 Plays of the Week. You don't want to miss them.
The Top 5 Plays of the Week, brought to you by Sarah Kirk State Farm Agency.
Before we get to the top 5 plays, I did want to give you a score. Marshall did win that game, 41-14 over Tyler. So Our apologies there, and we do appreciate you sticking it with us here today because, as we mentioned, it is the first show. It is preseason for us, I like to say. This was kind of our jamboree, so we hope you guys have fun. And look, we finally made it, the end of another season premiere of The Fever. Now, when we wrap things up here, it is officially week 1 in Louisiana, but we still have one thing to get to before we wrap up the show tonight. Well, 5 more things to be exact. The State Farm Top 5 Plays of the Week. A weird week with jamborees, but we start at number 5 with a real game in Texas. Colt Sparks, the quarterback of Sabine, calling his own number and sparking the Cardinal offense. How about this run here? Quick little juke to reverse field and then turns on the Jets. Colt Sparks in at number 5. Number 4, a play we loved from last night. Tredarian Ball, the Oregon commit, hits him with a whoop, and then why not one more? Whoop! The hurdle on the other end. Now, this would have easily been top play 1 if he would have scored, but he didn't. Still, an impressive play from Tredarian Ball. Remember that name up in Texas High. You're going to see this kid on Saturdays and a lot more times right here on Friday nights. We go to number 3. It's Bozier. And how about this play from Randy Robinson? Picks up the fumble mid-air, turns it around to the left side of the field, turns on the afterburners, and he's gone. We love getting those Bozier Bearcats in the top 5. And, I mean, honestly, heads-up play to pick that fumble up out of the air. We'll see it one more time here, and there you go. Bozier in at number 3. We go to number 2, and a name we've said many times in this segment, Cole Corey with the whoop! The spin for North DeSoto on the punt return, finds his room to the sideline, and that's all he needs. I tell you, Cole Corey, this kid is a special player down there in Stonewall and already making top plays in the jamboree, so keeping his spot here in our segment, that spin was just too good not to include. But number 1 goes to Calvary, another guy who's made some pretty big plays in his career thus far, Colby Thomas, the opening kickoff of their jamboree with Union Parish. Not a lot of fancy moves, just pure speed. Now, you might say maybe the spin was a little more. Why was this number 1 over Corey or some of the other plays? Well, it's because something we won't show you here that we showed you earlier is that Thomas, after returning the opening kickoff of the game, scooped up a fumble on the ensuing kickoff to set up another Calvary score. So, Colby Thomas, the man. And how about this, folks? We're done. Week 1 of The Fever is in the books. Now, don't forget, we have a huge slate of college football as part of the Labor Day tailgate weekend coming to you both on KTBS and on KPXJ. Of course, we'd like to thank all of you for joining with us, sticking it out with us tonight through our jamboree, if you will. And we have to give a big shout out to our crew. They braved the weather tonight. You saw Daniel. He was sweating a lot out there trying to get that game of the week done, but I hope we're going to have better weather next week. We're going to have week 1 in Louisiana, week 2 in Texas and Arkansas, and all the good Southern Classic Chicken Friday football fever stuff that you expect. So, for Daniel Brown, I'm Alex Anderson. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week for Kickoff in Louisiana.